This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Primates, the podcast where we go through primates in popular culture from chimpan A to chimpan Z. Today we're joined, we being me, Matt Stewart, the host, in case you didn't get that, maybe on the artwork, I don't know. And I'd love to introduce one of my primates, Mr. Nick Mason.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me, Matt.
Thanks so much for being on the show.
Is it weird to do a solo intro with just one man staring at you? Because it's always, whenever you do a new show, you're like, am I allowed to jump in? Am I allowed to be? Because maybe you'll be like, welcome to Primates, and I'll be like, Primates, and you'll be like, shut up.
Shut up. That's not how it's done around here. Well, no, because it's so early on. This is a very early episode. I don't even know which episode this is, but it's a very early one.
Oh, it's right up top. Okay, this is exciting.
So, I mean, we're making up the rules as we go.
Yeah. Well, so tell me about the speaking of the rules of this podcast. Why are you doing this, Matt? Is my question.
Oh, okay, sure. Great question.
Have you answered this 5 times already?
I don't know if I have. I think it has been discussed. It was. It all came down to this one night, not too long ago, where I was feeling really sad.
Okay.
And I'm like, I need a big, dumb blockbuster movie. And I went onto Google Play or whatever the movie thing is. And I was looking up new releases or something. And I'm like, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, sure.
That sounds like a dumb blockbuster movie. And I watched that. And I'm like, any movie with "of the" twice in the title.
Yep, sure, right.
Can't be. So that's going to be a romp. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
I wanted a romp.
Yeah.
And anyway, I cried.
Weekend off at Bernie's.
Exactly. That's one of the classics. Mm-hmm. Weekend. Was that the sequel? Rise of the Weekend of the Planet of the Bernies.
Yes.
And yeah, I cried multiple times, and I became obsessed with those movies a little bit.
Do you feel that primates are a reflection of us?
Yes.
Are we watching all these movies to gain with monkeys to gain a better understanding of ourselves?
Yes, the monkeys are putting up a mirror to us.
Yeah, right.
And do we like what we see? That's the question. Depends on the movie.
I guess, yeah.
Today, I got you to select a movie. What movie have you selected?
I've chosen a movie that I never saw before this point, but the great Dunston Checks in with the great Jason Alexander. And the great Faye Dunaway is in this movie.
Yes.
And the great Some Annoying Kids.
Yes, that's right.
So I hate them. To bring it right back, if you've never seen the movie Dunston Checks In, which I hadn't, but you'd seen as a kid.
I saw it at the cinemas with my friend Adam. I think it was in primary school. I remember it like we were there by ourselves, but I'm imagining there was probably an adult there with us.
And probably other people in the cinema also.
Yeah, we had it to ourselves.
Yeah, right.
I grew up very affluent. I was like, my dad was Daddy Warbucks.
Father, purchase all the tickets in the cinema, yes. Father.
Because he wouldn't want us sort of sitting around, scummy normal people.
No, precisely.
And that's what he called them, scummy normal people. This world would operate so much better if it wasn't for all the scummy normal people.
All these normies.
Yeah, normos.
All these poor normos.
Yeah.
Poor Moes, he called them.
Yeah, he did. Poor Moes.
Poor Moes.
Yeah, it took a while. He started poor normals, but yeah, over the years it evolved.
Poor Moes.
Much like the monkeys did into humans. Is that how it worked?
Yeah, we've tied it all together. All right, episode over, guys. We tied it all together. Okay, no. So it's set in the Majestic Hotel. It's a 5-star hotel.
Majestic by name.
Majestic by nature. You can tell because of the fancy breakfasts that are being served in the morning.
Yes.
There's an opening montage where they pour the coffee and they set up the food, and I'm like, I'm on board initially. I'm like, ooh, cup of tea, ooh, cup of coffee feels good. I'm like, ooh, this movie's going to be, I like it. And then they started serving like 90s fruit salads, and I'm like, oh no.
We've moved on.
We've moved on from this. It's all about plating.
We've also moved on from, because it's the credits, so that was like a montage for the credits. They don't have to do that anymore. Is that right?
Yeah, they went forever.
Did I learn that from maybe from your podcast? At
You
some
know, I
point?
think maybe it was Star Wars.
Star
so
Wars.
it's been a tradition for a while. You don't have to put the credits all the way up front. Maybe it's a throwback. Maybe it's a deliberate throwback to like a farce from the 30s.
Yeah, it did have a bit of a classic feel about it in some ways.
Yes, and not in other ways. So anyway, so it's set in this 5-star hotel called the Majestic Hotel, and there are these two kids that I guess live in the hotel. And it opens on them just doing a prank on a guy, just a prank on a guy doing his job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was really annoying. The way it was set up, they were like trying to get this guy in a position, somehow very specifically get him. They'd stop the fountain and then wait till he, for some reason, looked directly into the fountain. And they knew he was going to do that. Is he in position yet?
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
What are the odds that he'd notice it, let alone go and put his eye up against it?
Well, he's some sort of middle manager at the hotel, so he's got an eye for the details.
Yeah, that's true.
But also the kids are like, one of the kids who's on the lookout. There's a kid on the lookout, and there's a kid on like the fountain plumbing patrol kind of thing, ready to flip the switch. And this one kid on the lookout, he's like, "You should see this woman who's checking in. She's like 1,000 pounds." And I'm like, "Nah, no good, mate.
Yeah,
I'm already offside, mate."
Yeah,
Nah.
those kids early on, and then so that was no good. And then his brother responded by saying, "That's physically impossible," or something like that. That's physically implausible. Something that was like trying to make us realize early on that this guy is a real smart.
Yeah, he's a
kid.
real whiz kid. Yeah,
But it didn't have that effect on me.
No.
It just made him annoying.
Yeah.
Both of them.
yeah. So I'm hating him straight away.
And soon after, the kid who was the physically implausible, he long-haired 90s sort of kid
so
with
90s.
rollerblades. I think he had rollerblades on at that point.
They
early
were
on.
both rollerblade. Don't worry about that.
And then he was turned out to be a real creep.
Yeah.
Soon after.
That's right. He's later on, spoiler alert, later on he's just perving on girls at the pool over the surveillance system.
And he's being allowed to by the head of security.
Also a pervert.
It's
a lot of
so
people
weird.
A lot of people in this movie should be arrested, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of no goodness.
In front of the camera and behind the camera.
Yes.
But anyway.
So, Dunston does he even really check in? He's more smuggled in.
He's smuggled in.
Dunston's smuggled in.
His owner or his slaver checks him in. Yeah.
What's his name?
Lord something or other. Lord Rutledge.
Lord Rutledge.
Played by Rupert Everett, like with
great prosthetic teeth.
with great prosthetic gap tooth in the style of like, I can't remember his name, but there's like a very famous gap toothed British actor, I think, from back in the day.
Yeah,
I think
it's like he's doing a parody of that.
if I could just go back briefly, I don't know how much
Please.
time we have, but probably hours here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a podcast.
Yeah, we got all the time in the world. Just if we go back to the prank. So
Yes.
so they wait for the guy to they wait for the manager to look directly down the barrel of the fountain, and then they turn the water back on, and then he just moves out of the way slightly, and then it sprays like the heavy-set woman in the back, and she screams like she's been shot in the head, and she falls into the fountain, and then the stream of water then hits another guy who then also falls into the fountain, drops his dog in the fountain. It's a farce of monumental proportions.
For quite a while, the other guy, the man with the dog named Neil, after Neil Armstrong, who he mentions a few times, he's just standing in the stream.
Yeah.
Like screaming.
Yeah,
He could
yeah.
just take a step either side.
He's hysterical, that man, yeah. But instead, no, he flaps ineffectually at the stream of water, and then he just falls in the fountain after his dog. And he's, spoiler alert, he's the reviewer. He's there to review the hotel and potentially give it a 6-star.
Yes.
So, look, I would have left immediately. I'd have been like dangerous water fountain situation.
He really puts up with a lot through the movie.
For sure, yeah.
Because the owner of the hotel, Faye Dunaway, she erroneously picks out the evil man as the reviewer.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
And so they're giving him all the VIP treatment, while this other guy, unfortunately, is copping water in the face.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
The ultimate indignity, some
Yeah.
water in the face.
The Rupert Everett character, when he checks in, it should really be called Dunston's owner checks in.
Rupert Everett
Checks
in character as a character checks in.
checks in character as a character.
Yes, that's
Which
right.
is that true? Is he really a lord? That's never really clear. I
No,
guess,
it's not clear, is it? No.
if he's playing a character or not. But
Maybe he's one of those rich people that does bad stuff for a thrill.
was this something that was different in the 90s? My memories of the 90s aren't super strong. I don't know.
Hypercolor. All I remember is Hypercolor.
But he bags out Jason Alexander, who sort of is the main man, the manager of the hotel. He dresses him down about the temperature of the champagne in his room. Rupert Everett is not happy. He says he could have bloody had a bath in that champagne. It was so warm, right? And there's a group of women around him giggling like he's flirtatiously with
Yeah,
them.
right.
Was that a thing in the 90s that being an arsehole was really attractive?
Well, I love a bad boy.
You
right?
do love a bad boy. That's true.
Everybody loves a bad boy.
So maybe
a
it wasn't a
gap-toothed
90s
bad
thing.
boy.
Maybe that's just a universal, timeless quality that people like.
I don't know. But also, like, nobody likes a fop either.
Yeah.
He's a fop.
Yeah, it
he's
feels like he's
a man smoking a cigarette in a holder. He's not.
Nothing about him was by today's standards. I'm just thinking, like, what was this 90s world?
Look, we have to dive into this amazing fantasy world of Dunston Checks.
That's
and
right.
there's some stuff we just have to roll with.
Check your disbelief at the door when
Yeah.
you're watching Dunston Checks.
That's right.
And that's what
Check your disbelief and your monkey
I
at
think
the door.
That was one of the taglines. Another one of the taglines was, "He's about to turn a 5-star hotel into a 3-ring circus,"
Oh, very nice.
which is great fun.
That is some good stuff.
What do you reckon Rotten Tomatoes rated it as?
I think it's gonna. Oh, see, that's the thing, because the thing about Rotten Tomatoes reviews is that Rotten Tomatoes only started like 10 years ago. So so a lot of the time they don't collate all the old reviews. I think it's just modern, like it's people
didn't
these
realize
days
that.
going like, "Oh, this movie sucked. Where's the,
Because it looked like it did get a lot of favourable reviews at the time.
yeah, right."
Fun family. I mean, it's a family movie, so
Yeah. Sometimes I'll talk about a movie at length for an hour, and I'm like, well, this plot twist is a little dumb. I can't believe this character didn't realize blah blah blah. And then I'm like, oh, it's a PG film for children. I forgot about that. So
that none of that matters at all.
Nobody's thinking about that. I'm gonna say it's certified rotten.
Yes.
Based on modern day reviews.
6%.
Okay, that's pretty rotten.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a 6% movie.
No,
it was certainly not great.
Yeah, but it was fine.
Yeah,
For
right?
what it was and what it was
Yeah.
meant to be. It was fun. I mean,
Yeah.
things didn't make sense.
No.
But that, like, it's a movie about an orangutan
Yeah.
who moves into a hotel, sort of.
Yeah, we should talk about the orangutan.
Sure, let's do that. So played by Sam, this orangutan. Oh, something I've been trying to and probably failing at is ask my guests, what is your favourite primate?
My favourite primate is specifically, I think he's still alive, but there's a silverback gorilla at the Melbourne Zoo, and I enjoy him because he appears. Please don't Google to see if he's dead or not. I bet he's dead.
Who was wasn't there a big gorilla who died recently?
Harambe?
Coco. You're not talking about
No, I'm
Coco.
not talking about Coco. He's a silverback gorilla, and he's enormous. And what I love about him is when you go, because he looks like a human in a gorilla suit. Like
Right.
he's so, the movements and his whole air about him is that he's so close to being human, but he's not human.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm looking at
He's-
photos. This is like, that is the iconic sort of Melbourne Zoo gorilla, isn't it?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's maybe even the symbol of the...
It could be,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. The
Uh-huh.
symbol of the Melbourne Zoo is
A gorilla.
3 silverback gorillas.
Well, I hope he's doing well then.
yeah.
But just they're
I
so...
mean, they've gone all in.
Yeah.
Melbourne Zoo is all in.
Yeah. And they're like, because they're enormous and they're kind of, I don't know.
The
there's something about
silverback
it.
gorilla. Yeah, they are great.
Yeah. And also, the last time I was at the zoo, somebody in particular was asking about, I think it may have been the previous silverback gorilla, and they said, oh, where's this guy? And he asked for him by name. And they said, oh, and they sort of shuttled, they waited till the kids shuttled away, and they went, oh, we had to move him to, there's another zoo, I think it's Healesville Zoo. And they went, we had to actually move him to Healesville Zoo because he inseminated all the other female gorillas.
Is that one in particular your favourite?
No, it is not.
That's all right, mate. So I
Yep.
think that's saying a lot about yourself there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I really did think moving the kids away made it feel like, but I understand why they had to do that.
Yeah, it's
Either
too.
way.
Yeah.
You don't want to necessarily bring on that talk.
No, absolutely not.
Although it may be a perfect learning opportunity.
Maybe that's where the kids learn. That's where Homer learned about love.
That dog is trying to jump over that other dog, but not quite making it. That was a Simpsons thing as well.
I get it. I like The Simpsons. Let's talk about The Simpsons.
Great. About time.
Yeah, finally.
Well, do you want to hear a bit about the orangutan who played Dunston?
Yes. So Sam is his name.
Sam's his name. Born on Christmas Eve, 1989 in Miami, Florida.
Well, that's very close. That's so close. You'd only get one set of presents.
Yeah. Nickname Sammy.
All right.
I don't know
Okay.
if that's worth writing down, but anyway. And height 5 foot, just over 1.5 meters.
Is that big
tall.
for an orangutan?
That's a good size.
Good size for an
It's a
orangutan.
good size for an orangutan.
Okay.
Do you want me to read out a little bio off the IMDb?
I would love to. Yes.
Sammy first lived at a Miami tourist attraction owned by an orangutan breeder. When he was only 18 months old, he was sold, along with infant Jerry, to a Los Angeles trainer who worked chimpanzees in Hollywood. Sammy and Jerry grew up together in the entertainment world, working in many commercials and TV shows, such as Baywatch. I don't know how would they have written an orangutan into Baywatch?
Drowning orangutan.
Right.
Yep. Yep. And then the Baywatch rescues him. Wow. Yeah, right?
Hasselhoff,
Yeah.
doing survival
Or
stroke.
orangutan steals a speedboat.
Yeah. Oh, that we're talking later seasons probably.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I think we're probably going to have to do an episode about that episode at some point. They also starred in several movies, including The Flintstones, Planet of the Apes. That must have been the 90s Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, maybe the Tim Burton one. Yeah.
Why would they have needed
A real one.
A real-
Maybe he's because in the I believe on the spaceship there's an orangutan. So maybe and then that flies off into a void or what have you. So I think and then they chase after it. So I think maybe that's him.
Right.
If I had to guess.
Okay.
I'm no orangutan scholar.
Well,
I'm no
hey, please. Don't talk down about yourself.
But I am Sam's biographer, so
Yes.
so I
You-
do
I
know
mean, you
something.
wrote this.
I did write that.
You know every
I know
word.
some things.
Yeah. Okay. So Planet of the Apes, I should have probably read this before now.
Nah.
But and Sammy's most famous movie, Dunston Checks
There
In,
we go. Good.
where Sammy plays the part of Dunston. When Sammy became too strong and dangerous to work, he was retired to a... Oh, fuck it.
Oh, no, maybe you should have read this ahead of time.
He was retired to a small cage at the trainer's compound where he became a breeder. Sammy and Jerry produced one infant, Jam, who was hand-raised by the trainers. This sounds fucked.
That's grim. Yeah.
Retired to a small cage.
Well, that's certainly taught us something about human nature, hasn't it? That humans are a bunch of pricks.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of knew that already.
Yeah, right? Really hammers it home, doesn't it?
A small cage.
Yuck.
That's not what you do to retired movie
No,
stars.
it's not where Clooney's going to end up when he retires, is it?
Or is it?
Maybe it is.
Maybe
This is the done thing. We don't know.
So geez, that's why a lot of actors work in their late.
Yeah.
Their twilight
Don't want to
years.
end up in that cage.
Oh boy.
Mel Brooks, he's just avoiding that cage. Still out there.
Yeah. He's still kicking Mel
He's
Brooks?
still alive. I'm
That's
fairly
really
confident.
good news. That's great news. Then in December 2004, both Sammy and Jerry were sent to the Center for Great Apes, one of the only non-profit sanctuaries in North America dedicated to the rescue and permanent care of orangutans. Well, this sounds better.
I reckon that's better, yeah.
Their son, Jam, arrived at the sanctuary 4 months later. Surely that's why straight to the small cage.
Yeah, right?
We could have skipped that stage
Yeah.
altogether. Send him to the trees. Sammy was very attached to his lifelong companion, Jerry. While Jerry has been reintroduced to her offspring, Jam, Sammy was aggressive to Jam during howdy sessions, which is in inverted commas. Howdy sessions. That's a technical term, I guess. And was likely jealous of Jerry's attention to the youngster. So Jerry spent her time between Sammy and Jam. Ugh. This is a full-on story.
This has featured animals in cages and some sort of weird divorce proceedings where they get custody. Sammy only gets custody over the weekends. No good.
No good. This feels like it could be a movie in itself. Sam did have an odd quirk. Oh, this is I'm bringing a bit of light
Okay,
back
here we
now.
go. Yeah, I'm ready.
I did read this part. This is good fun. He passionately disliked bare feet and would chase anyone away from his enclosure, even spit at them if they were wearing sandals or flip-flops, which are thongs.
Yes, correct.
In case you didn't know what flip-flops
But
were.
Sammy, you've got bare feet, mate.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Bit of a double standard there.
I think so, yeah.
You know, jealous of attention of another, his partner's giving another man, double standards on feet and yeah. So it just sounds like toxic masculinity has
Absolutely.
ruled his life.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't a small cage physically. Maybe it was a small cage of toxic masculinity.
Of the patriarchy.
And the patriarchy.
The patriarchy, yeah.
Bars made of patriarchy.
Yeah. Primatriarchy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. If I looked a little distracted for the past 30 seconds, it's because I was trying to think
Gotta
of
work that in.
assorted puns. Toxic monksculinity. No, that just sounds like monks being toxic.
Which, I mean, is true in some cases, but I've got to pull you up. Not a monkey. He's an orangutan,
He's an
which is a
orangutan.
gorilla.
Okay.
No, an ape.
Okay, right. Fuck. But okay, all right. Man, get your facts. If you're going to be doing a podcast,
He's a great
about-
ape.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
All right.
That's the thing I'd like to say. Obviously, some of his behavior hasn't been great, but he is a great
From a
ape.
species standpoint, he is in fact a great
Yes.
ape. Okay.
So that was a bit of fun, but obviously, the next paragraph. And the
Does it
final
say
paragraph-
when he dies?
Yes.
Okay.
Sadly, Sammy passed away in December 2010. He was found very early in the morning, still in his night nest, and appeared to have passed away peacefully in his sleep, which is, whether that's true or not, it's nice that they've tried to make us feel okay about it.
I mean, they probably swept away the drug paraphernalia.
Yeah.
They got that away before the coroner got there. And
Yes.
it's like, it looks like he fell asleep, guys.
Took his hand off his dick.
Closed his laptop.
Yeah. Deleted the search history, and his passing came as a shock to all the centre staff and a necropsy. Necropsy? What was that? Is that it's like an autopsy?
I guess it's an autopsy, yeah.
neck, but it's done through the neck.
All right.
I can only assume.
Sure,
I'm speculating now.
Yep.
That showed that he died of heart failure, a serious problem for adult male great apes, and then they go on to tell us what great apes are: gorillas, bonobos, chimpanzees, and orangutans.
We
Come on.
we know. We're
We go-
professionals.
We're doing a primate podcast.
We wouldn't not know that.
Surely. I'm just writing that down.
Okay, good for later. Excellent.
And under trivia, which feels like this isn't trivial at all, it says he is a Bornean orangutan.
That
Have
doesn't-
you
that's-
noticed that I have trouble saying orangutan?
Yeah, well,
Every time I say it slightly differently.
well, it's orangutan, but I say orangutan.
Great.
Because
Yeah,
it's just that's how your brain works.
Yes,
It's
I
orangutan.
want to put a G at the end.
Yeah.
I think I've spoken about that in a past episode, or maybe a future episode. that
Maybe
I-
every episode. Who knows?
I once lost money on a bet. I was sure it was the G wasn't in the middle, that it was at the end. Orangutan
Yeah.
is how I was sure. Anyway, that is not.
I think
the
we've
case.
spoken about this off air, but past Matt bet on anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you had a
That's
whole
true.
situation.
Yeah,
going
look, I had
on.
a problem.
Yeah.
I can say it. I haven't.
Can you say how much money you bet on? Or was it a sportsman's bet? Was it just for honor?
Oh, that one was it was $5.
Okay, well, that's
It was
all right then.
$5, yeah. I think I only made 2 reckless bets, and they were also the 2 bets that made me realize
Okay,
that
right.
maybe it wasn't for me.
I understand.
And both also included being. One of them included being quite drunk as well.
Yeah, right.
And that was just like, that having the ability to gamble on your phone at any time.
Oh, absolutely.
is very
yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they're aware of that. And I imagine that those 2 things go hand in hand. Yeah,
But that's a subject for another podcast.
that is.
We're talking about monkeys.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Not monkeying about with money. Mm-hmm. So how would you describe Sam's performance as Dunston?
He's pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched many. I mean, every movie, I would say the last 10 movie I've seen. The last 10 movie I've seen. No, I reckon the last 10 movies I've seen that have apes or primates or orangutans in them have all been CGI. It's been Andy Serkis in a ping pong ball suit, and they've just CGI'd a monkey on the top of him.
Yes.
Like, it's been a long time since I think I've seen a monkey movie that has an actual monkey in it.
It's interesting to see the difference, and I don't know how I feel about it, because especially when you're putting him in a cage as soon as he retires,
Yeah, right?
that makes it feel a bit more fucked.
Yeah. At one point, he's smoking a cigarette.
Right. I don't know if I've got that bit. I know he drank perfume,
He does drink perfume, but
which I assume isn't perfume. but-
no, right? Yeah, at one point he samples a whole bunch of perfumes while he's. But we should point. So Lord Rutledge has brought him in. He brings him in a suitcase, and he cracks the suitcase open, and it's like a tiny little hotel room.
Yes.
It's got a shower curtain, and it's got posted like photos on the walls.
Yeah.
and it's got like all the amenities that a monkey being smuggled into a real hotel
It's
would
like a
require.
little cage.
Yeah, it's a
little leather cage.
Oh, but Lord Rutledge has brought him in there specifically so he can be like a second story man and rob all the rich guests. He's going to
Yes.
find some rich marks.
He's a
and
cat burglar sort of setup. And sort of the thought was why? Because he was pretty incompetent. He had to call him up. Lord Rutledge called him up into the room. So they'd cased out this particular guest at the hotel who was wearing a lot of expensive jewelry and stuff. And they're like, she's obviously the mark. He goes in. Lord Rutledge calls him up and he goes, only jewels, no junk.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're having to explain this to him, he's not a very good accomplice.
right?
Surely you'd get someone. And I was saying, get a kid.
a small man.
Yeah, just someone who can...
Get that little guy from Ocean's 11.
Surely, yeah, he can fit. He fits in suitcases.
Fits in suitcases, yeah.
But
Learn to climb the outside of a hotel room yourself.
you're
You're from the circus. I mean, surely you know some acrobatic
Andy
skills.
Circus. Get Andy Circus.
Get Andy Circus,
Oh,
the king
he
of the
can do
circus.
both.
Yes.
As he was, because I was fully going, why? I don't understand. Why not just get a human? And then as Dunston was climbing out the window and up a drain pipe, I'm like, oh yeah, that might be why.
Yeah, right.
I'm really glad they wrote that in. Otherwise, I would have had trouble getting past that.
Sure, right.
That fatal flaw. So yeah, that's the reason Dunston checks in is to take the gold. So in that there's a lot of fun in that scene. He tries on a lot of different hats.
Yep, he put some underpants on his head, some ladies' underpants,
Yes.
no less.
It's like one of those, it's that montage that's in so many movies. But it's different in this case. Normally it's a person going to buy clothes, probably someone who's wealthy for the first time.
That's right, yes. Perhaps a hobo who's found a briefcase full of money.
Yeah.
And it's just like, time to get a new suit. Here we
So
go.
we're going on a shopping montage, but in this case it was an orangutan thief.
Just say rangtang. I'm going to say
Rangtang.
rangtang from this point forward.
Ranger.
Yeah.
Ranger. That's why I can't say it right, is because I've got so much trauma growing up as a redhead and being called a ranger my whole life. So I just can't, I stutter on that word.
No, I understand, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
We've learned another thing about human nature there.
Yeah.
People can be cruel.
People can be cruel. We can? Thanks, Mum.
That's right, we're allowed, yep.
So, writer Army Archard from
yes.
Variety sat in and watched some of the shoot.
I was going to say, I don't know anything about the production of this movie.
So this is from their article in Variety about that and what they observed. Army, which I'm not sure. I was going to say he, could be a she, could be somewhere between. Let's say they
Very diplomatic.
said, in the scene I watched, Sam displayed the acting versatility about which director, Quapus. Oh, we should say the director's name.
It's Quapus. One name, like Madonna, but Quapus.
Ken Quapus.
Oh, Ken Quapus.
Kenny Quapus.
Kenny Quaps.
Which is a fantastic name.
K-Quaps.
So Army said, Sam displayed the acting versatility about which director Quapus, Kenny Quap, had told us. So obviously Quapus was singing the praises of Sam.
He'd really bigged this monkey up.
Putting the pressure on.
Yeah, for sure.
But Sam
Don't you
delivered.
disappoint me, Sammy, you son of a bitch. I will put you in a cage. But not the good small cage you get at retirement, a bad small cage.
Yeah,
A
not-
punishment cage.
Not the reward small cage we give you.
Yeah.
And we should also say, the relationship in the movie between Dunston and Lord Farquhar is not a nice one.
No.
The Lord has a cane which has like an electric shock.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I thought it was a cane containing a smaller cane.
I thought, wasn't it like a zapper?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, maybe I might have added that in.
Okay.
I mean, I was trying really hard to concentrate.
I thought
fully on the film.
I literally thought it was a cane containing like a switch, like a metal rod or whatever.
Oh, to hit with.
To hit him.
Oh,
yeah.
maybe that's all.
But
it
then
was.
I'm like, well, why didn't you just use you can still hit somebody with a cane.
I imagined that zap then maybe, and then later on there was a little claw that came out the top of it. Do you remember that bit?
No.
He pushed a button and there was a claw that came out
For
the
grabbing?
top of it for grabbing.
Oh, yeah,
He
okay.
was using it as a thread as well. So this cane had maybe multiple, maybe one, maybe no ways
Maybe
to
no
it.
functions.
But it was used as like a stick. You know
Yes.
the old carrot and the stick.
No carrots in this movie, just sticks.
Just sticks, and obviously
Cancer
the
sticks.
sticks metaphorical.
Yes.
And in this case, played by a stick.
Yes.
Yeah, a metaphorical stick played by a stick.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the cancer sticks as well. But that was of Sammy's own choosing. But
That's
who knows?
true.
Maybe the Lord was the one who got him
addicted to
in the
cigarettes, yeah.
first place. Jeez, he's a bloody bastard. What a bastard!
I know, right? Not a good guy.
He's a real a-hole.
I mean, he's very charming, though.
charming
I love a
a-hole.
bad boy.
Yeah, especially when he bags out things in front of people.
Yeah, that's so. Oh, it gets me going.
It's almost become a cliche. People will say they judge people not on how they treat their friends, but how they treat
The waiter.
the waiter.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And yeah, but in those days,
People loved it.
Yeah, if you treat the waiter badly, then it's a thumbs up from me.
Ooh.
I have not got through this sentence.
All right, sure.
So this is what Army from Variety said. So watch the scene. Quapus bigged him up and said, "Sam,
Get a load
displayed
of
the
this."
acting versatility." Sam donned, and it's talking about this.
We got a real Anthony Hopkins here.
All right,
Sir Anthony Jumpkins.
Okay, I was going to give you time to think of it. You didn't need it.
Didn't need the
I was going to
time.
say by the time I finish this paragraph, I need you to have.
I can think of a better one. Okay.
So and he was obviously talking about the same we were talking about with the
Mm-hmm.
hats and the fun romp. This was distilled romp into one scene. It said Sam donned and discarded chapeau. Would that be right? Chapeau after chapeau.
Oh, like a hat? Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
they were those kind of like weird, like Art Deco style
Yes, for
fashion
sure.
hats.
Yeah.
Whatever. What did that 30? They were big in the 30s. Anyway, the hotel was like a big Art Deco hotel, I think. Anyway, okay. Sam donned and discarded.
We're never going to get through this sentence. How about every remaining episode of this podcast? Just forget what other movies people are going to talk about. I think you just want to
3 or 4 words from this paragraph.
See if we can get through the whole sentence by the end of this season.
Sam donned and discarded chapeau after chapeau. Confident I'm not saying that right. Exactly as the script demanded. He had also tuned in TV and frowned at all the programs until he jumped for joy, obviously because his name is Anthony Jumpkins,
Yes, thank you.
till he jumped for joy when he saw Planet of the Apes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, there were two. So a couple of classic primate movies featured on TVs. That, and I think it was the original King Kong, or certainly an old King Kong
Yes, that's true.
version, and he enjoyed both of those.
Oh, very good.
But a couple of fun
And
homages.
then he boarded himself up in his trailer and he demanded to watch them in full before
Yes.
he would continue.
I don't know if Army Archard is easily impressed, or if that. I guess that is good. That it is surprising that an orangutan is able to follow a script that closely.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Because what did they do it in jump cuts? I can't even remember. In my mind, it's jump cuts, but it
Yeah.
sounds like the jump cuts were just there stylistically, not as
Seems
a
like
necessity.
he's a one-take monkey,
Yeah.
this guy. Yeah, right.
Ape, please.
I'm sorry.
Every episode, I'm going to have to correct people.
I know, right?
This is
You built a rod for your own back here. You're not going to be happy.
very disappointing. Now, have you thought of a secondary Anthony Jumpkins? Don't make me do a jump cut here.
Anthony
Okay.
Bananas.
That's good.
Sir Anthony Bananas.
Sir Anthony Bananas.
Then you know. Yeah.
Sir
You
Anthony
know who I'm
Bananas.
referring to. Sir Anthony Bananas.
Oh, because apes like bananas.
Correct, yes.
You're great.
Yeah.
I thought it was because this character is absolutely
He's absolutely bananas. We'll say it works on 2 levels.
Do you think, here's the next thing I've written down. There's a real hodgepodge of notes I've got in this
Okay,
stuff.
great.
The budget was 16 million. Are you surprised by that? You're a real movie man. We should say, we haven't really talked about who you are, but your job is movies, basically.
Yes.
Talking about movies on your podcast, The Weekly Planet. And you know budgets, right?
Well,
$16 million in 1996. That feels like it's a reasonable budget without being wild.
Yeah, look, To me, that seems low.
Right.
That I don't know. That's
So you think it looks good?
I think it looks pretty good.
They did well for the 16
I think
minutes.
so. Yeah. I just feel like a production because they say never work with children or animals.
Yes.
This has children and animals.
That's right.
Animal, but that seemed I would if you said how much would it cost to produce a movie with an ape in it, like a real one?
Yeah.
In most of the scenes of the movie, I'd be like $1 billion.
So many takes.
Yeah, so many takes.
But
He's going to get grumpy. He's going to fight somebody at some point.
Yes.
He's gonna rip Jason Alexander's genitals off.
Oh wow! I didn't read about that.
Well, he
So
did,
maybe
but he
avoided
could have.
doing it. He could have done that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the budget maybe they initially budgeted for $1 billion and
That's
was
right.
pleasantly surprised, and it worked out for the best because at the box office it made under $10 million.
Oh, okay.
So, which is surprising me because I saw it. I assume if I saw a movie, then surely how many others must have? Lots.
Yeah, heaps, right?
I'm a small sample size of one.
But
if
you-
you extrapolate from that,
Yeah.
that's everyone in the world.
But you're absolutely a follower as well. You only go to a movie if millions of other people
Exactly.
tell you to
That's
see
right.
it. So
So yeah,
maybe you read this review from Kestrel magazine that I'm looking at here that says gut-wrenchingly funny and an unforgettable masterpiece that will be remembered for generations to come.
Yeah, that's ringing bells.
Yep. Did you read maybe this review from the Los Angeles Times that says it's a delightful and funny family film of exceptional high style, as light as a souffle and just as delicious.
So it did really well with critics at the time.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I think it's just Rotten Tomatoes. It's just the haters.
It is so easy to
You know what they
judge
say
something.
about haters?
They're gonna
hate.
hate. Thanks.
they're gonna hate,
Thank
yeah.
you. I always forget how that finishes. I know they're gonna do something. I forget. What are
Yeah.
they gonna? They're gonna make a.
They're gonna rock.
Pasta bake. They're gonna rock out.
They're gonna rock. Yeah.
Haters gonna rock. That's what
Yeah.
haters do. What haters do. And that's bloody rock out.
rock out.
This kid we're talking about. So obviously Sam, big player. The other lead apart from Jason Alexander, who is in peak sort of Seinfeld fame at this stage as well.
That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At that stage, I did read an interview with him from this time, and he thought the next season of Seinfeld would probably be the last, but they ended up making a few more.
Right. Okay.
Something that did come up a bit was that he was wearing a toupee in this movie.
That is correct. Yes.
Which was, I guess, it was to help because he was so famous as the George character from Seinfeld.
That's true. Yeah.
That they needed to do something visually to differentiate him. I imagine that was probably the thinking.
And he's quite suave and sophisticated.
Yes.
He's always very well dressed in this movie, and he's got the toupee. Yeah.
That's right. There's only one brief moment where he kind of does a George yell. I can't remember what he said, but it was a real great classic George moment.
But this is the movie to prove his range.
Yes.
He's more than George from Seinfeld.
Yeah, he's a caring father
To the two annoying kids.
which
Thoroughly annoying kids.
Geez, they are annoying to him so much.
They're the
His
worst.
patience is so big.
And they're just he gets bailed up by Faye Dunaway, and she's like, "Listen, we got a reviewer coming in. We might get a 6 star out of this review. I need you to cancel all your plans, or I'm going to fire you. I'm going to fire everybody. I'll fire everybody you love. I'll kill your family. So you're going to cancel your vacation." And the kids are like, "Dad, I hate you. Why have you cancelled the vacation? Boo!" And you were literally in the room when she threatened you. She threatened me.
It was very clear. Do you
Yeah.
want me to lose my job?
Yeah,
But
right.
Dad. And yeah, he's under the table hiding and nagging at him in the middle of this while Jason Alexander is still trying to go, "Shut up.
Yeah, right.
Shut up. You're not meant to be here. They told me to not let you around. You've got to be out of everyone's way."
I'm risking my job every second you're here.
And it's still just going, "Dad, shut the fuck
Hate
up."
that kid.
Yeah,
I think child actors have gotten a lot better at not being annoying.
Yeah.
I find in modern day movies. But back then, people were like,
We
you know
love
what?
them
You know what?
annoying.
We love kids to be incredibly annoying.
whiny, and it's like, no, don't clearly have any sort of awareness. What are you, a child?
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
What is this, a movie for kids? Yuck. No, it's not. It's a movie for men in their 30s for watching for a podcast in 2018. That's what this movie was made for, all right?
Exactly. Do you
God.
think when Kenny Quackus or whatever, the director, got together with the writer John Hopkins, Kenny Quapis?
Oh, of the medical school.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jumping John Hopkins.
Yes.
His nickname, of course, being Sir John Bananas.
Oh, I get it.
They got together. They said, one day this is going to be a movie talked about by people in their 30s.
Yeah, that's right.
On this thing called podcast, which, it doesn't matter if you know what that means or not.
Yeah.
But
Just putting it out there.
It's going to be important. But bloody hell, that kid was annoying. That scene was kind of fun. That kid was very annoying. But Faye Dunaway goes, you got to fire someone. She just had this, she liked to inflict pain.
She's a monster.
She was a real evil archetype.
Is she going to get her comewoops? I hope so.
Well, I wonder.
In the most 90s way possible.
I wonder if this huge cake will play into it at all. Geez, it's a big cake.
It's a big old cake,
I wonder
isn't
if it. Yeah, I
A
wonder.
person could conceivably leap out of that cake or fall into that cake.
I wonder what's gonna.
It's Chekhov's cake. If you show a giant cake in the first act, somebody's got to fall in that cake in the finale. You know what I mean?
I can't help but feel that cake is a ridiculously sized cake. How are they cutting? I mean, the icing's only on the outside bits. There's some parts of that cake so deep within that are nowhere near icing.
Are they going to get all the guests to line up according to how much they paid for their rooms?
Right.
And if you're if you paid for the penthouse, you get icing on like 3 sides. You get a corner piece.
Yes.
But if you're like down in the basement, you get an all cake piece.
Yeah.
You just get a handful of cake. They just dig it out and they put it in your palms and they're like, take your dry cake.
Get out.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, I love a huge cake.
Me too.
Do love a huge cake. But yeah, that scene, the kid's under the table. Faye Dunaway is going, I want someone fired. I don't care who, but maybe this woman who made a small mistake earlier in the film. And then he goes, all right, I know how to handle this. I've got a system. He says, you can have a week's paid leave as long as you leave here crying. And then that little bit of them sort of a slow little coaching of her how to cry, that was a pretty fun
scene, right?
That was one of, I'd say, top 3 moments of the film.
Ooh.
What, did you have, I laughed out loud one time, which I was not expecting at all. Not unironically laughed out loud.
Oh, wasn't it?
I mean, I did that the rest of the film. I didn't stop. Scoff.
I've said the word scoff.
Yeah, I said scoff. Silly moment. But there was this moment where there was George and Lord Farquaad was having a fight in the kitchen. A comedy fight. They were throwing eggs at each other. There was a big whisk at one point. And it was a real cartoon moment. It's something out of a Warner Brothers Looney Tunes cartoon where George Alexander hits the Lord with a massive whisk. And he sort of like jiggles like it's
His
been
body
vibrated.
shakes, yeah.
But that's fun, sure, but that didn't get a laugh out of me. The next bit was when he grabbed a big bag, I think it was of flour, that had a bit of a hole in it, and he went to hit the Lord with the flour, but as he flipped it over, all the flour fell out.
Yeah.
And he just sort of very lightly
swatted him
with an empty bag. I'm like, that got me for some reason. Very, very good.
They've done it again for the first time.
That was the only moment of the whole film I wasn't saying scoff.
Wow.
Scoff.
So that's one of your top 3 moments.
Yeah, they're 2 of my top 3.
Okay.
The coaching of the crying.
Yes.
The hitting of the. Interestingly, both non-sound.
I was going to say they're non-monkey moments, aren't they? I mean, none of them are monkey moments because he's an ape. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good. So you were testing me, but
dodge that bullet.
Eric Lloyd, the kid who's on the posters and that sort of stuff. Did you know his other big role?
No.
His other big role
As a grown-up or as a kid?
as a kid as well. Around that time was the son in the Santa Claus movies.
Oh,
Tim Allen's son. So he had a big time in the 90s. He has had a bit of a tough time of it since.
Okay.
The roles thin out as you go along. Quite a few straight-to-video kind of things. He voiced Blanky in 1998, only a couple of years later, in a show called The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars.
Oh, yeah.
So I think things probably fell away. And then the 2 of the last 3 movies were Santa Claus sequels, and hasn't done anything since 2011. Maybe he's moved on to other things.
Probably, yeah. Well, look, he's always available if they want to do a gritty Dunston Checks in reboot.
That's true. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm just reading here on his Wikipedia page.
Hello.
A couple of years ago, he partnered with a friend from college and opened a production studio.
Oh, that's good.
Focusing on production and post-production, music and film, located in Glendale, California. That sounds like a smart move, really.
I agree, yeah. Go to production.
Yeah, get behind the scenes. I don't know if it was the high-pressure work on the Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars that made him go, I'm done.
Can't do this anymore.
Can't do any of this on screen,
Yeah.
even if it's only my voice.
The
in that
trip to
case.
Mars was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't know why we had to record the audio on Mars.
On Mars.
It was just, my bones are so brittle now because of all my time in space.
The little toaster burn up on re-entry.
That's right. The little toaster's gone.
Yeah, and that is hard to get past. Obviously, also my great friend and main acting partner, Sam, the orangutan,
Yep.
passed away. And I just don't know if I can, seeing all my friends go in this way. I don't know if that means going into production means you avoid going to the actor's cage, the actor's retirement cage.
Yeah.
Is that a loophole he's found?
I think maybe it is, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's a good point. I mean, I set you up with some real fun. You could have said anything there.
I could have said anything there, but I said yeah. And I think that's, look, I'm not a yes and guy. I'm just a yes guy.
Yes, guy. I think that's great. I think you're there for support.
Yep. See, I did it again.
You did it again. Do you want to hear about some of the award nominees the movie got?
Yes. Are any Razzies involved?
Yeah.
Oh no.
yeah.
Maybe it wasn't as widely.
Well, no,
maybe these positive reviews that I've been reading are sarcastic. It's hard to determine tone.
Can you reread part of one of those in a sarcastic tone?
Okay, yeah, cool. Okay. Well, this is Kestrel magazine, so I don't know if it's
Is
it's
it
not a
Batuta Advocate style?
Yeah, maybe it
onion?
is. Maybe it's an onion. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know what kind of pedigree it has, but here we go. This movie's gut-wrenchingly funny. It's an unforgettable masterpiece that'll be remembered for generations to come. And I'm making the jack-off motion while I say that, obviously.
In brackets, scoff.
Scoff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the Razzie Award wasn't for the movie itself. It was for the Razzie Award for Worst Supporting Actress for Faye Dunaway.
Okay, right.
I don't know if she was noteworthy bad.
No, she was just in it for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just, I'm here, I'm evil.
Yeah.
And she was fine.
Yeah.
In
She
that
fell
role,
into that cake. Spoiler alert, she falls into the cake.
She did fall into the
She
cake.
fell in a cake. She's like, whoa, and she fell into the cake.
I think, and that was a great moment. I thought I believed that entirely. I don't know if she actually.
I believe she didn't want to fall into a cake,
Yep.
but she did fall into a cake, and it was unpleasant.
Yes,
Yeah.
that all felt real.
Oh, Jason Alexander slaps her with some cake at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets fired because. Another whole side story of this movie is Pee Wee Herman is like hunting.
Yeah, Paul Rubens. Pee Wee Herman. He is hired to hunt the orangutan.
Yeah, he's got a golf bag.
He's got a golf bag full of guns. He's got all sorts of tranquilizer guns. But the proviso is that he's got tranquilizer darts, but they're very powerful, and they will definitely kill the gorilla if the orangutan if he hits with it.
Yeah, which is wild. Why a tranquilizer then?
Just use a regular gun.
But I guess it's because it will.
Doesn't want to kill any hotel guests.
The humans will be put to sleep, but an orangutan would somehow be killed. An orangutan who is much stronger than a human.
Yes, right.
So I don't know if I'm no scientist. I'm so sorry to have to tell you this way, Maso, but I am no scientist.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know.
And where are you getting all this scientific lingo from?
Look,
then?
some of it's just from the internet. But so he's going around with this golf club bag full of guns, hunting the orangutan, and the kid overhears this, and that's why he really ups his game to save Dunston.
And it's a real Elmer Fudd, Bugs Bunny situation.
Yes.
I feel that's where the Warner Brothers situation it really kicks in.
It was. I reckon they did have conversation about this being a cartoon.
But in real life. What if cartoon in real life?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's why they cast the closest thing they could get to Bob Hoskins from Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was...
Paul Rubens, convicted sex offender.
Right.
Yep.
Is he?
No, he was arrested for indecent exposure at one point. in like 91.
Right.
So
He had a wank in a movie theater?
yeah, which is really quaint when you think about it.
What a world.
I feel all those convictions should be overturned in the modern day.
Yeah, things have gotten worse.
All marijuana convictions should be overturned now that it's mostly legal, and all wanking at theatre convictions should be in porn theatres.
Right,
Not in a regular
porn theatre. He wasn't watching Dunston Checks in.
He wasn't in a regular theatre. No,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, what a porn theatre as an idea is wild,
isn't it though? Yeah,
And to be surprised by someone wanking in there,
yeah. Who's setting up a sting operation at a porn theatre? I feel that's poor form, really. I imagine Rubens was like, "Really? Are you serious with this?"
there's people in there going, "Oh, this, please."
Yeah.
We don't want to see anything like that here in a porn theatre.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch someone on screen wanking. I don't have to see it over there. And somehow, it is sort of weird to see a guy going around in a hotel with a bag full of guns.
I should stress, I don't think he was ever convicted of being a sex offender. Just for legal purposes.
Yeah,
he was just arrested.
just a wretched.
He was just a wretched. He was just a wretched man.
He was a wretched man.
He seems like a very nice man.
Great. Okay,
Okay, good.
And that's why I was getting such big roles. And I think it did say, don't you think it seemed a bit weird, this guy going around with guns? Felt a bit weird. But then I remembered this was in a pre-9/11 world.
Yes.
Don't you think that does make a big difference? I don't think you'd get away with that in a post-9/11 world.
Really?
It was a simpler time back then.
Okay, if you say so. All right.
People are allowed to go around with a bag of guns.
No, I think in America, you're still allowed to go around with a big bag of guns.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In a kids' film?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So Faye Dunaway was nominated for the Razzie for Worst Supporting Actress. It was for this movie and also for The Chamber, which is a movie I'm not familiar with.
I don't know that either. It sounds like serious business.
It was. I think it was a John Grisham or.
Oh, yep. Okay. Yep. Right. Okay. Legal drama. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, I hadn't heard of these, but I guess they're like a Razzie's equivalent. Also, she was up for the same award at the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards.
Oh.
Well, they really spell out what they're about.
Yeah, right.
The Stinkers
Bad Movie Awards.
People were confused when they said the Stinkers Awards.
Oh, okay. Is that the most fragrant film? No.
Okay, we're going to have to add in a couple more words. Mm-hmm. So, again, for The Chamber and Dunston Checks in.
Okay.
But only nominated, didn't win either of those. But it was also nominated...
Quick question. Would you rather win a Razzie or would you rather be nominated for a Razzie and not win it?
Yeah, it feels like you're so close. I guess.
I'd rather win, I think.
Yeah, if you're going to be bad, be real bad.
Yeah, I
Those
just
awards,
chew that scenery,
I kind of hate the idea of the Razzies.
Me too.
It feels so lame.
Yeah.
It just feels like people do it, the scoffy 30-year-old guys.
Oh, should we have our own awards called the Scoffies?
The Scoffies, yeah.
It's the movie we scoffed at the most this year.
That's... yeah, I don't know if there's a little bit of an inconsistency there. It was nominated for some positive awards, including the Young Artist Awards. And it was nominated for Best Family Feature, Musical or Comedy. And also Best Performance in a Feature Film, Actor aged 10 or under for the man Eric Lloyd.
Okay, not for Sam.
Not for Sam, which is, I'm furious about.
Me too.
To be honest.
Mm-hmm.
At that stage, Sam was only 7 years old, so eligible.
Could have won. Eligible, certainly, yeah.
So, yeah, bullshit. I don't know who's to blame for that, but I'm furious. I just want you to know that, and I want everyone to know that. When you picked this, so you picked this movie without having seen it.
Correct, yes.
It's kind of lived on. People know the name.
Well, that's the thing. I knew the name. When you said, do you want to come and talk about a monkey movie? I said Dunston Checks in.
And I said, that's
not being aware that it was not a monkey movie, but an ape movie.
Yeah. Which still is fine at primates. Something no one's used as yet is the fact that humans are primates.
I was thinking that earlier.
And nearly,
actually,
nearly every movie, probably apart from Cars.
Yeah.
And
I think maybe you need to cut that. You need to close that loophole right now.
I don't want to, because I really want to keep that open for when talking about
when some prankster comes in. Yeah, all right, okay.
I think so. But yeah, so what when going in with your expectations compared to how it was?
It was not as bad as I thought it would be.
It did feel like it was going to be worse.
I thought it was going to be excruciating. The kids were just as annoying as I thought they'd be. If I'm honest, that held up to expectations 100%. The kids were annoying, and I hated them
I found the older brother more annoying than the younger brother.
because he was a perv.
Yeah, I think it was because he was a perv.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine when I was a kid watching it though, I would have thought he was super
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Different time.
It took years to undo some of the damage he did to me as a young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, rollerblades. There was that. Must have been this real small window when rollerblading was cool.
But you've only just taken off your rollerblades.
I have
so,
only just kicked them off now, and it was only on rewatching.
Wait a minute, these aren't cool at all anymore.
Yeah, this is associated with quite a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a real strange thing but I guess I don't think they do that anymore. Have a teenage boy who is just like overtly a bad, pervy.
Yeah,
grot.
I think maybe they would still have that character, but he would be everybody would call him a pervert.
Yeah,
Because they want to get the perving in.
Right.
You want some perving to take place in the movie for pervs, but you also want a judgment on that kid.
yes.
So I think they would have both.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You get the best of both worlds then.
Mm-hmm.
And he did get. I mean, at first the first two women he was perving on who'd entered, they just knocked him back straight away, and I felt, oh, that's satisfying. That's pretty good. But then, yeah, when the head of security was helping him zoom in,
Yeah, right.
on a couple of sunbathers, like this is very weird.
Inappropriate.
So weird. Yeah. What sometimes we talk about, and I can't tell if this is a good way to wrap up or not. And I think in fact it's almost definitely not a good way. But we have talked about this in other episodes. Apparently chimpanzees are about 98% shared DNA with humans.
Okay, right. Uh-huh.
What do you think, Dunston, as a percentage, how much of you does he share as a percentage? How much of yourself do you see in Dunston?
Look, I like his sense of adventure. I share his fear of Rupert Everett also. Look, I love drinking perfume.
Yeah,
so that's
sure.
something. I love drinking from mystery bottles.
Yeah.
You know, if I see some, if it's an interesting color, I'll just be like, oh, give that a whirl, eh?
Mystery bottles.
Mystery bottles, yeah. But also
That's got you in trouble in the past, hasn't it?
yeah,
But it's also led to some of your best adventures.
yes. And moving on. But look, the movie. Here's the thing: the movie rounds out. What happens is Faye Dunaway's like, George Costanza, you're fired. Get out of here. You're not going to work here anymore, right? And
You won't work in this industry again.
That's right. And then she gets shoved in a cake, and then her husband, who's just been sort of pottering around for the entire movie, says, hey, how about instead of being fired, you go to Bali and you manage our hotel because you're our best manager.
Yeah.
So how about you and your kids go to Bali where it's tropical and it's like a vacationing all the time.
Yes.
And it'll be much lower pressure and what have you. And they're like, this is great. And they bring the hotel critic and they're like, listen, come here and you're going to have a fun, relaxing time and it's going to be great and you're going to have all your free meals and free accommodation. You're going to live like a king. And he's like, sounds really good. And then we look up and Dunston, with his new family of of orangutans, is up there. He's got a coconut.
A huge coconut.
A huge, deadly coconut. And he just lets it loose on the dude's head. And we don't... Look, the Wikipedia page says, Dunston causes further trouble by dropping a large coconut which lands on his head. Now, we don't see that.
No, it blanks out the screen.
Maybe he
and goes
dives
to
out of the
credits.
way at the last minute.
Right.
Maybe they blanked out for home video release. They blanked out a really graphic, like, death of this man where his skull just caves right in. I don't know.
And blood seeps out and credits roll.
Yeah, exactly. Dunston checks in. This guy checks out. All the way out.
Because we can assume he probably killed him.
He didn't look agile enough to dive out of the way of that.
No.
So no, I'm not a killer, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is why I mostly come onto this podcast. There's a lot of rumors swirling about,
Yes.
but I'm not a killer, all right?
And you wanted this platform.
This platform, exactly.
that goes into homes around the world.
Around the world.
And I'm glad you spelled that mistruth.
Well, I mean, granted, I haven't provided any evidence that I'm not a killer.
No,
but it's up to the police to provide evidence that I am a killer.
Yeah.
So
innocent till proven
thank
murderer.
you. The very premise upon which our society is wrought.
So have you given us a percentage?
Oh, then I'm going to say 50%.
50%.
Because I love fun. I love having fun, but I'm also definitely not a murderer.
You're not a murderer.
Yeah.
I think I'm close to what you are, and I'm also not a murderer. but I've also got red hair, so I reckon I'm like 55%.
Yeah, absolutely. You look more like him, don't you? Yeah.
Physically, I think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
gives me an edge.
For sure,
If you're looking for an edge.
Yeah, you are the winner of this round. Yeah.
And yeah, do you feel like that last scene in Bali was setting up for a potential sequel?
Oh, they always were in the 90s. That was
Dunston
absolutely.
Checks in Bali.
Yeah, checks in tropical style. Maybe.
Yes. Oh, yeah, they would have gone
Yeah.
broader. I thought Bali
Yeah.
was interesting because in Australia, that's an iconically bogan.
It's a holiday destination for how do I say this without
It's sort of seen as being the worst of Australian travel.
we go to Bali, yeah.
Well, just the behaviour over there is iconically
It's
bad.
loose.
It's not very respectful
Of the local culture.
of local culture.
Yeah.
It's just that's sort of proud to be drunk and obnoxious Australian
Yeah, right,
culture is the stereotype of it.
But I think you're absolutely right. I think this was setting it up for a sequel. If that was often if I remember correctly, in the 90s there was a script. It was never produced, but there was a script for Beetlejuice Goes Hawaii. So there was absolutely at any point, if you're like, we need to take this franchise in a new direction, they're just like, just go to Hawaii.
I think, and
Just go to tropical.
the Brady Bunch did that.
That's true, yeah.
But they also Australia was used in that way a lot. Something goes down under.
Quigley Down Under. The Rescue is Down Under.
Yeah, that was almost a trope.
Crocodile Dundee lives down under.
Yeah, that was one of the few that got sent back. It was Crocodile Dundee, Pig in the City, wasn't it? Is that what it
that's
was?
the one. Yeah, it was Crocodile Dundee, Pig in the City, Reckless Kelly.
Yes, that was iconic.
Iconic.
I wonder did that travel well overseas? 'Cause it was
Who
big down
knows?
here.
Yeah, we loved it.
We really did. So many great performances. Too many to mention.
Yep.
Do you have any final thoughts on the iconic classic movie Dunston Checks In?
I just want to reiterate, I'm not a murderer.
Okay, great. I think that's really important. That was my takeaway from the movie.
Absolutely, yeah. Mhm.
When I stopped scoffing, I had one giggle, and then I went, hang on a second, Maso isn't a murderer after all.
That's right.
Well, that's been fun.
I've had a lot of fun.
Something else we do in the
Uh-oh.
show. I'm saying something.
What's with you and your gotcha journalism? What's this? You're always springing stuff on people. I don't like it, Matt.
I don't know why I'm fighting so hard to pretend like this show has a history and there are things that we do.
Yeah, for sure. There are traditions that have been enshrined in this.
Yeah, I've written in traditions from the very get-go. But one of them is we talk about a sporting mascot.
Yeah, okay.
From around the world of sport, interestingly enough.
Ooh.
And for the most part, I'm trying to get primate mascots. I think I'm starting to run low on those very early on, and we might go to other fun mascots soon.
Oh, yes.
But this week, I found this one quite fun. It is and surprising too, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They've got an unofficial mascot called the Rally Monkey.
Huh. You'd think, given that they are the Los Angeles Angels, that their mascot might be an angel of some sort of celestial being. But I guess monkeys do go to heaven, don't they?
That is true.
If we're going to establish some canon in this podcast,
monkeys go to heaven.
All monkeys go to heaven.
And nearly all canon is from Pixies lyrics.
That's true, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Great. That is also canon. Can it be canon that the Pixies lyrics are canon? Or is that some sort of a...
No, it is canon.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I think their official mascot is the Angels. Makes sense. But according to Wikipedia, which is obviously the Bible of the Primates podcast, the character of the Rally Monkey debuted on June the 6th in the year 2000. Also in a pre-9/11 world.
Yep, exactly, yeah.
Which is, times were more innocent back then.
Exactly, yeah.
You could have unofficial mascots.
That's right. Now they're all official.
They're all official. We had to do that. Everything, paperwork has been a bloody nightmare. Red tape.
It's red tape. It's wrong on
all red
political correctness as well. It's wrong on
So on June 6, 2000, when the Angels were trailing the trailing. It's funny how words work, huh? If you switch letters. And
it's very simple.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah.
Jeez, you've brought wisdom. I was about to say you've bringed wisdom. So
I've brunged it. I've brunged the wisdom.
Sorry, thank you. You've brunged wisdom here today. So the Angels were trailing the San Francisco Giants 5-4 in the bottom of the ninth innings, which I'm pretty sure is quite...
That's towards the end.
two video operators, Dee Frolino and Jason Humes, took a clip of a monkey jumping around from the 1994 Jim Carrey movie comedy Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and superimposed the words "rally monkey" on top of it. The Angels scored 2 runs and won the game.
And you know what? I believe baseball players, more than any other sporting players, are very superstitious.
Superstitious, right.
They're very much like, okay, well, if I wore these shoes to win, I have to wear these, or these socks.
I've got to wear these red socks.
Forever. Yes, exactly.
Is that where that comes from?
Yeah.
I've got to wear these white socks.
Exactly. Yeah, those teams have been wearing the same socks for 100 years. Did you know that?
I didn't know
Never
that.
washed. They're yuck.
The curse of the Great Bambino was that one time his housemate accidentally put his socks in the wash. And then Boston didn't win another World Series for, I think, 300 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's a lot of years.
Yeah. And it wasn't until they'd worked up enough grot and grit in the socks again that they were able to, once again, be the champions of the world.
Wow.
In this American-only sporting
Correct,
competition.
yes.
Which is always great fun. I love them. God bless America, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah. Home of the free.
The video clip proved to be so popular that the team hired Katie, a white-haired capuchin monkey, who previously appeared as Marcel in the television sitcom Friends. Ay, caramba! Which we've done an episode on that with Alistair Tremblay-Birchall. I did not know that. That's great. This is why it's fun to read things for the first time on pod.
Then you get that live reaction that people love. That's what the fans love. That's what the fans of this podcast love. This podcast. This is what they love. They love a live reaction.
Did you know that? So this is one interesting thing about the fucking orangutan Dunston.
Scoff.
Played by just the one orangutan.
The whole
Sammy.
time. Yeah.
In Friends, Marcel was played by 2 monkeys, including Katie, who went on to become the rally monkey.
Yeah.
And also one, I think, called Monkey.
Oh, yeah.
And then in another movie, we did Most Valuable Primate. That chimp was played by 3 different chimps.
This Sam fella, he's got stamina. He's got endurance.
That's why the budget was able to be kept so tight.
Yeah, maybe.
So they hired the famous Katie, who played Marcel, and filmed these extra videos. When seen, she bounces to the House of Pain song Jump Around and sometimes holds a sign proclaiming it's rally time, which I guess rally means come from behind.
Yeah, I guess that's probably true, yeah.
Great. I've learnt so much.
So that monkey would only be useful when the team is falling behind.
Yes. Right.
Or maybe it's just rallying generally. Just rallying the fans.
Rallying the fans, maybe going to rallies.
Yep.
Protests.
Protest rallies.
Do you think baseball teams get into much?
Well, you want to protest.
Sort of
You want to
movements?
protest animal testing, wouldn't
Right.
you? For the sake of the monkey.
That's confusing because if you're protesting, then it feels like you're for testing.
Oh, I see.
So,
Matt,
I
you've
mean-
gotten confused with words again.
You're probably scoffing at me over there,
I'm scoffing.
as you bloody always tend to do. Cultural references, additional videos featuring the rally monkey show her edited into popular films and TV shows such as the Brady Bunch movie, Jurassic Park, Field of Dreams, feels like the first appropriate one, Star Trek, Risky Business, War Games, and Animal House. The Angels started selling plush monkeys that fans bring to games. It's a big deal.
Yeah,
Turn
that's
into big
huge.
business.
Yeah. Do you think that monkey gets a cut of any of that? Yeah.
I got some real bad news. No, I think actually Katie's still alive, so that's cool.
Oh, in that cage.
Yeah.
She's got such a nice cage
She's in the
now.
retirement cage. Oh my God. Please just let him live out in
Yeah,
some sort
come
of
on.
open
What are you
plain
thinking?
scenario. So yeah, that's fun. I feel like that's good fun. If anyone does have any knows of any other primate sporting mascots, please send them in to me. Maybe this may be a good time to tell people about our contact details. You can get to me on Twitter at @mattstew_art.
Was Matt Stewart all one word taken?
Yes.
By someone who doesn't tweet? Is that
Yeah,
my guess?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
terrific. Yeah. You going to make him an offer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have it, please? I'll be your best friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's very valuable if you're
Yeah.
listening, Matt Stewart.
Totally.
The
Imagine
real
that.
Matt Stewart.
Yeah, that's how it works. It sucks. It doesn't suck at all. But
That's fine.
Most friends.
Also, you produce art. So
Yes.
So.
Yeah. I think I have copped some flack for that. I'm like, I had to figure something out. I was trying to avoid numbers.
Yeah, right,
I was
exactly.
pretty happy I got that. I had to get in pretty early even to get that. I've had that for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I think I have. Yeah, I think I signed up in like 09.
Congratulations.
What an interesting history.
I agree.
This has turned into. And we can get on to you, Maso, at Wikipedia
I'm
Brown.
at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram at Nick Maso, NickMaseeau.
And I'm on Instagram, Matt Stewart Comedy.
Oh,
and I'm
nice.
also Matt Stewart Comedy on Facebook as well. And we've both got other podcasts.
We do. That's true.
Not as big as this
obviously
Primates
not. No,
podcast.
people
Obviously,
love-
this is the biggest podcast in the world.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's no shame being second fiddle to this.
It's the King Kong of podcasting.
That's what certain journalists have been calling it. I
That's
feel
right.
a little embarrassed by that.
And I mean,
but-
it's hard to determine tone because it's written down, but it sounds genuine.
yeah,
so.
it does feel genuine.
Feels genuine.
It was written in that.
the Kestrel Journal,
Yeah, it was
whatever
written in
it
the
is, yeah.
Kestrel. So
Yeah.
I assume they were being sincere. Your podcast, Weekly Planet, is so fucking good.
Oh, stop it, Matt. Yours is. Your podcast, Do Go On, is so good.
So you can listen to both of those, and we've been on each other's ones if you want to listen to. My episode on Weekly Planet was probably, I've heard it described in the Kestrel as the best ever, almost, this is a quote,
Yes.
the King Kong of Weekly Planet episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like it'd be the biggest one.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Real big. Like
Sounds
a
big.
big gorilla.
Oh.
So check those out. I'll have details of that in the notes here. Any final words, Nick Maso Mason?
Just the thing about me being a killer.
Yeah. You're stressing that you are a killer.
No, I'm not one. I'm
Not
not
a
one.
killer,
Sorry,
great.
Sorry, I should have clarified
No,
there.
that
Yeah.
was worth
Yeah.
bringing up one last time.
I think so, yeah.
In the end, because
Yeah.
it hadn't fully
not
sunk in.
not a murderer.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming by.
Yeah, what a pleasure. Do you have some sort of monkey-based sign-off?
Not as yet.
Primate-based sign-off.
No, can you help me come up with one?
I think we can probably do it.
What do you reckon? Obviously, it's got to have key ingredients like monkey,
Yep.
something like the classic Australian sign off is Rove Lives. Say hi to your mum for me.
Yep.
So you could go with something like say hi to your monkey for me.
Say hi to your ape mum for
Yeah,
me.
your mum's ape.
Yep.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty
specific.
good. Like a monkey, ape, great ape, chimp,
Chimp, chimpy, chimpy,
Chimpier next time.
chimpulator,
Chimpulator. I love it.
chimpulator.
It's chimpulator.
Let's chimpulator.
All right. Well, chimp you later, guys.
Chimpulator, everyone. Thanks so much for dropping in, and chimp you next time.
Chimp you next time.
Oh, it's versatile.
Chimp you next time, you little monkeys.
Chimp your mum for me.
Chimp your mum.
No, I don't. I don't like how that sounds, but that's fun.
That's good stuff.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.
All right. We going? I don't think we're going. Are we going?
We're going.
Are we? I can't see the little things moving.
Grow up, mate.
Are they not?
Do you think this is my first rodeo?
Yes. I can't see the thing moving. Oh, there it is. Oh, this guy's good.